Hey guys, this is Time itself. I've got some Domination on Bootleg for you. Rocking my Overkill USAS MP7 class with kind of a goofy assault streak setup with the UAV, sentry gun, and attack chopper. Yeah, the sentry gun's kind of hard to get more kills with, but hey, you know, having fun. And the aerial stuff, it's hard to make use of on this map. I'd probably be better off with the Predator, but you know, why not? Keeping things interesting, having fun. Normally I'd use this class on mission, but for whatever reason, I just decided to pull it out here on Bootleg. Now, I know there's been a whole lot of Battlefield 3 footage posted up, especially dealing with the ProjectPTFO stuff, which has been going really well. We lost in the next round, but I'll go ahead and post those before too long. Nonetheless, if you do watch one video from all that, check out the action recap that went up on Don't Revive Me Bro. I'll put a link to that on the screen and in the description. It's kind of a montagey thing with all the callouts and whatnot. Really epic though, a lot of fun, and those are some really close games. I really suggest you check that out. But what I want to spend this commentary talking about is the different kinds of appeal that you can find in different games. And especially what Call of Duty's appeal is that makes it such a huge, dominant franchise. It keeps spawning imitations both in full games and in smaller projects. But the first thing I need to get out of the way is that the appeal a certain game has for people, well, it probably varies from person to person. And in fact, the more kinds of appeal a game has to bring people in, the more popular it's probably going to be. And I should also say that the reasons Call of Duty appeals to me, it's probably not the same reasons it appeals to everyone else. But what I look for in a good game may not be the same as what you look for in a good game of Call of Duty. Well, let's talk some more about this. But this kind of thing is really hard to describe. That maybe you like exploring the game's world, getting immersed. Maybe you like a good challenge, the competition. Or maybe you just like a kind of mindless game to check out and just watch some action for a while. But as far as Call of Duty goes, the two terms I hear the most are arcadey, and I'm not entirely sure what that means to be honest, and twitchy. Well, okay. Thing is, these don't entirely seem to describe the game I seem to be playing. I kind of understand where they're coming from, but they don't entirely describe it, and they certainly don't describe the appeal that this game has for me. Now, if we're talking about arcadey, I'm guessing that means something along the lines of charging head first into a whole bunch of enemies and killing them all. And they're shooting back, you're shooting at them, and somehow you manage to kill them. I guess I can kind of see that, but there isn't a whole lot of flanking in that game, and you might see that in a Call of Duty game, although it's become less common. Still, the appeal, that arcadey feel, is something similar to a shooting gallery, where you quickly acquire your target, lock on, fire a couple quick precise shots, and then move on to the next one. And I can understand the kind of fast-paced appeal of that. Now, from what I've heard, it sounds like Twitch and arcadey go hand in hand. And Twitch being that you're going to see something, you're going to immediately react, and you're going to solve the problem. And I guess there's something about the very few shots to kill, the very fast times to kill in Call of Duty games that make it seem kind of twitchy. At the same time, if you're ready for a gunfight, odds are you're going to win. So being prepared and just letting things happen, there's no need to be super fast, and so it seems less twitchy. And you'll see a lot of my play is about setting up so that I have the advantage, and not about running in blindly and forcing myself to get on target as fast as humanly possible. Instead, I'm going to work the lines of sight, the angles, and take shots when I'm comfortable and make enemies react to me. Now, you can play this game with the attention span of a goldfish. It's kind of what happens when I've been drinking, honestly. And it can work, partly because lots of people are trying to do that, and partly because if you do catch someone off guard, you can capitalize on it very quickly. And, you know, if you do mess up, you've got lots of bullets normally. It doesn't take many to kill. You're really quick to knock down targets. And yeah, you can run around, and it can be super fast-paced, moving from one target to the next. That said, there are still plenty of opportunities for tactics that take more than 2 seconds to execute, or strategies even that may take the entire game to really pull together. yes, things can change completely in just 10 seconds in one of these games. And in fact, you can probably kill one guy 3 times in 10 seconds if he doesn't watch his kill cam just because of the hectic nature of things. But if you do want to control things, it can be done. That is an option in these games. It's become kind of less of a possibility in Black Ops. I don't care what you say, that game was fast-paced. And again, in Modern Warfare 3. But still, if you want to slow things down and play more tactically, it's entirely viable, and it's certainly possible to rack up lots of wins like that. The one downside being that it doesn't quite follow with the shooting gallery appeal that a lot of people see in these games. That said, just because in a lot of cases, slow is fast. By being cautious and ensuring that you get a kill and not dying, well, you keep yourself in the action. But here, there's such a small penalty for dying that you're probably right back in the action as soon as you die. That was a 21 assault kill streak there that it would have been nice if that EMP hadn't gone off right there, but I'm not gonna blame anyone for anything. Yeah, alright. And you're thinking, alright, Time, tell us what the appeal is for you, because that's obviously what you're going with this. Alright, I enjoy playing with a team of friends and making that teamwork useful, and preferably to the very much surprise and chagrin of the players on the other team, because they don't understand what's happening. And this came up in the ProjectPTFO tournament, in fact. Because a lot of this is about gun skill. You see players, how accurate are you? How can you position yourself in a gunfight? How fast can you drop targets? And yeah, that stuff's really important, but it's not all there is, and certainly even some basic teamwork, just call-outs, strategy tactics, and knowing you can rely on your friends to help you out in trying to do well in the game and not just run in there and try for their own glory is something that can be almost invaluable, and people just don't seem to understand it. So that you can use those things in these games and have some surprisingly effective results is one of the most fun things for me. When people go, what just happened after the game? Like, they don't understand that they just got beat by a team, and maybe we didn't outplay them as far as gun skill goes, but we understood the game better, and we won because we were a team, and not just because of gun skill. So many people don't understand that, and yet that is one of the major points of appeal for me, is playing the underdog and still pulling out a win when, as far as individual stats go, it shouldn't really be possible. So that's teamwork for you. Now, I have a pretty darn good idea how to win a domination game in Call of Duty, especially in pubs, and it relies on teamwork. And that's the appeal for me, winning games with teamwork. So I get a lot of random teammates who, for them, the appeal is it's a shooting gallery, and sometimes those things are at odds. That's where things get rough, and that's the kind of thing that I really wish would get resolved in some sense. Winning versus playing the shooting gallery. Sometimes it turns into the individual versus the team, but normally you just end up wrecking them because you're in control of the game. That's a spawn trap for you, I guess. And sometimes I derive a source of appeal in completely depriving other people of the appeal they see in this game. Not so much a shooting gallery when you're sitting in your spawn trap, is it, guys? Next time you should play to win instead of play to get kills. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.